Hey guys, welcome. So this is our newest Airbnb. It is a three-bedroom, two-bath. It is on northeast of El Paso, just down by Fort Bliss, and it's called our Glamorous apartment. So as you can tell, it's so beautiful. But let's start over here. Let's move to the kitchen. So what we did here is that we added this motion sensor light, LED strip underneath the cabinets. And I think it's really cool how it works because when you're here and it's dark, it's at night, then you can have that extra light just in case, right? So I think that's really cool to have. And as you guys know, I love to add certain pieces into our Airbnbs, and this is always our cooking station. So we always have our olive oil, our regular oil. We have all of the utensils that you could use to cook. I always like to add little plants, your cooking timer, and we even have toothpicks, and we also have our salt and our pepper. So I love our table spinner here, and it perfectly ties in for the kitchen. Now, for this Airbnb, we did zero remodeling. This is how it is. All we did was stage and design it. And I love to do staging and design because I'm able to actually figure something out without tearing any walls down. And it's hard to do once you started tearing walls down. You want to open up the space and you want to do all of these things, but by doing staging and design, it has helped us a lot on how you don't have to do any sort of actual construction and just use whatever the space is already have. As long as it's everything's working, everything's fixed, then you're good to go. So that was the first thing that we did here, actually. We came in, the space was completely empty. We retouched the paint. We also fixed a couple of things like the sink drain was leaking. A couple of lights were not working. So we were able to fix those things before we got started. And once we were able to make sure that the space worked correctly, I worked on the design and we started shopping. So it was really fun to do. Everything that I buy local. So it's very important for us to keep local because El Paso needs all of our business to grow. So all of our local businesses, we want them to grow and to succeed. So that's why whenever I have to go buy our furniture, all of our knickknacks, all of the things, I always try and buy local. So for this, the furniture, we bought it at a local furniture store. I also buy all of our mattresses at our local mattress store. We've been buying from them for a long time. And yeah, so okay, moving on. This is a marble round dining table. It's so beautiful, and it came with the six chairs already. So since this is a three-bedroom, two-bath apartment, it's very important that if you're gonna be hosting six people because you have a three-bedroom, it's so important that they can actually all sit together and have, dinner. So you had to provide that. It wouldn't have been correct for me to put in a four-chair dining table when I'm hosting six people. So keep that in mind when you guys are designing for your next Airbnb. What is it that you need to make sure to provide? So we were at the kitchen, right? Another thing that we love to provide is excessive plates and cups and bowls. And the reason we do this because, I don't want to have to be doing dishes every single time I use a plate, right? So we have extra here. This house fits six people, but I have a total of 20 bowls, 20 plates, and 20 cups. The same thing goes for our drawer here. All of our utensils, I didn't put six forks, I didn't put six spoons or six teaspoons. I completely did way more than needed because it's important that my guests don't have to be doing dishes every single time that they use a spoon. Like, imagine how annoying that would be. But all of our kitchens usually have the same concept where there is a dishwasher. We do have the sink, we do have the all of these things, and we always make sure as well to add an actual teapot. And the reason we do this, the actual like the kettle, it's because we understand that a lot of people don't like to microwave their hot water. And so this is a very good way to provide certain things because you might get different travelers, and a lot of travelers, they don't like to do certain things. So I've always gotten compliments about this little detail, and they tell me, I don't like to put my water in the microwave to get it hot. Like, and I appreciate that you have that because they like to make tea or they like to make their own instant coffee. Um, but always providing the certain essentials and amenities that we love to do. So within this design, we actually decided to change the chandelier that was here previously. And we added this beautiful chandelier that we actually bought a long time ago. I just hadn't had the space to incorporate it in. And in this design, I was able to incorporate it, and I think it's so beautiful. And it's always gonna stay open because I want the light to be, very bright, but this is another option. So this can be like this, but I prefer it to be like this. I think it's so beautiful, and it just ties in with the design and with the space completely. Now, I love to do candles. And I like to be able to provide this because we don't know who's going to be staying here, right? It could be a family or it could be a couple. And I think just adding certain touches, like details like this, it's really important. So we also added a couple of chocolates and mints in the center, as well as in that corner. I was trying to figure out what to do. And in that corner, I was able to also add a small turntable with granolas and with chips. And that way we could provide some snacks, for our guests. So another thing that we always add is window treatment. Now, for this space, there was already blinds, but I went ahead and I was looking for the gold rods, the gold curtain rods. I was able to find these silky curtains, and then I added the sheer in between. So I think it's very important, depending on the space, what you're actually trying to do. So I love that in our dining room and on our living room, you're able to bring in some sort of natural light within while keeping privacy. That's super important. Now that we're here, we always add somewhere where you can maybe drop off your keys. This is our favorite thing to add as well. So this is called our forget basket, and we always try and add certain little touches that people might have forgotten. We have extra toothbrushes, we have extra toothpaste, we even have a sewing kit set because you never know. We have deodorant, spray deodorant. Now that's very important. If you guys are gonna be providing deodorant for your guests, make sure it's always spray. Do not bring the bar, do not bring the roll on, because imagine you're gonna have to be throwing that away, or a guest might not feel comfortable using it because they don't know if it's already been used. So by doing spray, it's more hygienic and better for everyone. We have extra batteries. We even have pads here and tampons that we provide just in case. But another thing that we love to do every time that we are able to is adding hooks. So here, this is my this is my jacket. So, but we have these hooks here so that they actually can resist your purse, your jacket, your hat, even your keys. So that's why it's very important to add those certain pieces. Decoration wise, like I love to have something pretty to look at. I think it's always really important. And I think it just ties the space, all together. Um, I think it's really nice to see. But now we're here, in the living room, and I was able to find these futons. I think they're so pretty, they're so nice. They tie in with the rest of the space. We found this really pretty um, coffee table that it's off center right now. um, but we were able to add these things. And again, we're always trying to buy local. But I always incorporate the candles. I always incorporate a centerpiece. I think that's very important. Now for our TV, we decided to do a very large 60-inch TV. And the reason that we added such a large TV is because one, it's amazing, and two, this is a very large wall. And so we wanted to make sure that we were able to center it to one side. That way we have the walkthrough over there, but we can actually center, for the living room. Um, so here, we also added some LED lights. And so these are also censored lights. And the reason why I wanted to incorporate them is because I think that's the ambient lighting. So when you're here and you're watching TV, you might not want, to have this beautiful pendant light that we added, you know. But it could actually give you that ambient lighting, and it flows really nicely. So that's why we decided to add this LED strip in the back of the sofa, as well as adding this really pretty mirror. I don't even know what they're called, but decorations. So the thing that we have in this Airbnb is that it actually has an alarm system. And the reason it has an alarm system, it's because we want to make sure that the doors are always closed, that if for any reason it was left open, or anything happened. So it's just a security measure that we have incorporated here in this apartment. I'm not saying that you have to add that into your own Airbnbs, but it's just something that we decided to do in this apartment. But it also, the entire fourplex, because this is a fourplex, it has security cameras all around. So it's just part of the deal that we had with ADT. So it's kind of like it's just included, you know what I mean? But yeah, I love these amazing throw pillows, and it tied in the space so beautifully. It gave it that glam, that really nice glam style. All right, so follow me to the first bedroom. So here we have the first bedroom. It's a queen size bed, and we went with all white. We decided that we wanted to do all white. We wanted for it to be very bright because remember, we're not doing any remodeling. So I had to work with what's already here, and that was the ceiling fan. And I wasn't going to be able to add any other recessed lights or any other lighting. So the only lighting that I could add was just secondary lighting, for example, with the lamps and with the candles. And that's why I wanted it not to be so gloomy and dark. I wanted it to be very bright. So that's why we added everything white. I always do white bedding regardless, and white pillows and white towels. But here I was able to also buy the bed frame white. And I think that's very important. We did all of the side tables, all of the bedside tables, we did them all white as well. All the floating shelves, we did them white. And then we started incorporating the gold touches throughout. And another thing that you're going to notice is how we continue to do the flow of the design with those really, with that mirror decoration that was in the living room. Now you see it here. So it continues to be tied in, all together. And I think that's really important to see and to look at. So these are always what we leave for our guests. We're always leaving all of the towels, So we leave towels for them to know that these towels are for them to be able to use. We also leave our small toiletries, and I think it just ties in the room completely. Another thing that we love to do is always adding um, books. So for example, here, we have a couple of books. I always leave them there. We also always leave tissues for them to use, and I think that's why it's important to continue to add those certain details for your guests to be able to use every single time. Now for this, we also have the closet, and one thing that I added here is, the ironing board. So you can leave it there hanging. It doesn't take much space, and if your guest does need it, they can always just pull it out. Okay, so let's go to the bathroom. Well, before here we have the laundry area. And the only thing that we actually added here is just that we left a lot of our cleaning. So, look, hijo. Oh. Okay, anyways. So we just made sure that we left, some cleaning supplies that we could use that the guests can also use. We also left, the oh, sí, sí, sí. We also left the detergent, the drying sheets, and all that stuff. So that's what we leave here every single time. And then over here we have the bathroom. So for this bathroom, um, we ended up adding this open shelving. We added this open shelving. There used to be nothing here, so we added this open shelving. We also added some toiletries, some greenery, and then I love to do this where I leave the cotton swabs and an actual makeup removal cotton that we use, so that way, our guests can continue to use them as they need. Now, another thing is that we didn't change the shower head or anything like that because that was outside the budget, but everything here works fine, so that's why we left it how it is. But another thing that we're leaving always is actually washcloths. So we've been leaving this inside of the bathrooms. That way, you know that that's for you to be able to use. But yeah, I love this mirror. Now, the reason I've been incorporating these LED mirrors, it's because, there's 6 people that are going to be staying here. So, you know, you need other places to get ready. You need alarm mirrors. And that's why also here in this hallway, I added this other mirror. So I know, and as a woman, I always like to check myself out before I leave. I always try and see like, oh, maybe I missed something. So that's why it's important for us to incorporate those mirrors, throughout the space. All right, so this is our second bedroom, and this is actually the master um, bedroom. So what we have here is the we also incorporated a vanity. So we used this other futon and we added some more decorations throughout. So this is the vanity that we decided to incorporate, but it's not actually a vanity. So this is actually just a desk. This is a desk and anyone can use it to do some work, to be able to work here. And that's why I added this mirror in case that you need to move it elsewhere and get ready. But this is actually, to work or to do school work or work from home. So this is a really nice place for you to put your stuff and do some work. And that's why now I feel it's very important for you to incorporate a desk wherever you can in a home. So don't disregard not having a desk. Like actually think where you can add a desk because a lot of people are working from home. A lot of people need to be able to continue to be connected. We just saw an Airbnb guest that it's upstairs actually, and he took a job last minute, and he figured that he could come and work here, and he's also working from home at the same time. So that's why it's important to do those things. But yeah, I love this this desk. We added another mirror here because it could be multi-use. You can use it for your work, but you can also use it to get ready. That's why I added this really nice clear organizer. So, for example, if we do have women in here that they're going to be staying for a month and stuff like that, then they can use this to put their brushes, their makeup, and all those things. Or even if you have someone that's just going to be working here, you can use this to put your pencils, your markers, whatever it is that you need to do work with. So that's why, we love it. Now, for my decorations, I was sticking to a white and gold and uh, silver. So I was able to find all of this nice decor and I implemented it in this space. So I love how it turned out. And then over here, we have some floating shelves that I also found, some, you know, planters. And then again, we continue to have more books left around so that people can use them. And then what we did here is that we continued with the same decor from the living room, from the other room, and now we have it here in a form of hooks. And now here you can also just maybe place a cap, or you can place, your jacket, your scarf, stuff like that. So I think that's why we love to incorporate hooks wherever we can. And since this is the master bedroom, this is the master bathroom. So you can check it out. We also added the same thing um with the floating shelves. We have the same cotton swabs and the makeup removal. And we left the extra toothpaste there and soap bar as well as actual liquid hand soap. So yeah, alrighty then. So now we're heading over to the last bedroom. And I really like how this bedroom turned out. We have been placing mirrors throughout the entire home. So, you have the bedside tables. Over here, you have your closet. Now, in this, we did more of a hexagon design, but it still connects and looks all the same throughout. But every single bed looks the same. It's a white bed frame with white bedding, with white towels. Everything it's white. And then over here, we added those floating shelves, like those cube floating shelves that are really cute. Again, over there, you could see the the USB that we always add. It's our chargers. So, enséñaselos. It actually has three chargers at the same with one connection. So you can use your iPhone, your Android, or your C type. And we love to leave those because we know how important they are. Especially you don't have to pull out yours, or maybe you forgot yours, but now we left this here, and it doesn't matter, what you use. You have each individual charger there. So I love this. I think this is one of my favorite things that I have been incorporating lately. When you have a blank space, you have a blank wall, it's a little hard to picture what to place there when you're not going to be placing a TV. So, we were only going to do one TV, because of our budget, we were only doing one TV at the living room. And I wanted to make sure that this wasn't going to be just a random blank wall, or just put, maybe some decor there that didn't really function. I love to incorporate decor that it's beautiful, but at the same time it's functional. And this is what we did here. And I think it's so amazing. So we added this ledger, this photo ledger, and then we incorporated this really you know, squared mirror that ties in with the same, squared cube floating shelves with the hexagon. So we're looking at a lot of corners, right? It's a lot of corners here. So that's why it was very important to add this square mirror here. And then we actually were able to add more hooks. So there's more hooks here that you can continue to place your stuff. You might leave your bag here. You might leave your, I don't know, any sort of scarf or even your jewelry or, something like that. You can always place it here. Now, another thing, it was missing something. So I added this, uh, this fake plant, and it's hanging from the ceiling. So I think it's really important how it all ties in. But we also have this. So this is a stepping stool. And the reason I added it was because I know sometimes, it's hard to reach certain things. And especially for my staff, we're going to continue cleaning this place. We're going to continue to take care of this place. So I wanted to make sure that they were able to, if they need be, that they can actually reach some things. And that's why we got this stepping stool, but it's multifunctional, right? So we left um, this basket here that could be used, to leave our throw blanket or throw pillow, or it could also, once someone's staying here for a longer time, they could actually use this, to place certain things, maybe their laundry or extra stuff. It's just extra storage at the end of the day. So that's why this is very important to do and to leave places where people can store stuff because you want to cater also to long-term stays. So I think this is it. I hope you guys liked our video. I know it has been a while, but let's just go around really quickly. And let's go back to the living room. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. This has been made by Seoenz. This design was done by me, Heidy Seoenz. And, we want to thank you for following us, for following our channel. And if you guys like this video, make sure to like and subscribe and comment and let us know what was your favorite part of this new glamorous apartment in Fort Bliss. So if you guys are thinking about joining the Airbnb community, if you guys are thinking about getting into Airbnb, make sure to shoot us a message. And you can also find us on Instagram at EPTX Airbnb or at Airbnb Network. And we are doing a lot of things, a lot of new services for you guys. So hopefully, if you guys are interested, we can send you guys the info. So comment below. Let us know that you're interested in joining the Airbnb community, and we'll send you what we've been working on for quite some time. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for seeing this video.